All right, good morning, everyone. It is 10:53 on the morning of June 14th, 2021, and today I get to do a negative $230 recap. Um, Three strikes, I'm out. You can see I tried trading NOVN, um, you know, for with 100 shares, lost about 26 cents per share. Traded RAPT for about 23 cents gain. Traded 10 contracts on the SPY for about a 4-cent loss per contract. And then Invex, wound up trading 100 shares on Invex. Did manage to squeeze out a gain on Invex on that one. I'll show you what I did. And then ENOB really. Yeah, that was the big one there. That was a $302 loss. Bad entry, bad read. That's the way it goes sometimes. Let's go over it. All right, so we'll start with the Invex. Now, on Invex, I put in orders pre-market on Invex. And the first spot where I got filled is this first green line. I got filled on 10 shares. What's really strange is that let me turn off my scanner here. The price doesn't show. So I put in 50 shares starting at 222.55 and then going down to 220.14. And this candle right here doesn't reflect the price. It does a few minutes later. You can see here, like there's a really small sliver of green. Actually, let me just get that out of the way for a moment. There's this really small sliver of green. In fact, you still can't see it because of my moving average. Let's see, that's the 20. Let's get the 20 out of the way. Now maybe you can see it. It shows my price down here, but this is where I got filled. So my charts aren't doing a great job of keeping up with the price that is in the level 2. So anyway, so it came to the open, and it opened up a bit higher. In fact, actually, at this point right here, I was up about $70 per share on only 10 shares on Invex, and hindsight being 2020. And actually, at the time, I was like, I really should take profits on this partial fill that I have on these 10 shares. It's $70. It was well above my, it was only on 10 shares, but it was up, I don't know, let's see, $6 above my entry price, which is well above 1%. It's nearly 3% per share. So following my rules, I should have taken profits there. I didn't follow my rules. So for whatever reason, I decided I didn't want to profit on the strategy that I'd use. Anyway, so I was like, okay, well, I'm only in this for 10 shares. It's going to come down. There's going to be profit taking. So it happened. Profit taking happened right here. And then it popped up again. And so at this point right here, after I'd gotten into the 50 shares, I got into 50 shares right here. Then it opened the next minute quite a bit lower, and then started to launch up. And so I was like, okay, we're getting ready to, get going on this thing. And it didn't. It leaked down. And for whatever reason, I didn't cut losses. For whatever reason, I wanted to ride this thing down. And I don't know why. I mean, I've got plenty of experience, and there are plenty of examples on this channel where I either get out before break even, and I could see this thing wasn't working. It wasn't going to do what I wanted it to do, especially here, right here, and so I was like, no, I'm sticking with this thing. I don't really know why I chose to do that. It's not a profitable strategy. You cut your losses, period, end of story. As soon as the trade starts going against you, and it's very obvious, which this was very obvious, that this trade was going against me, I should have cut losses, and I didn't. So then I was like, I can't believe I'm still in this trade. I can't believe I'm doing this to myself. I've learned this lesson, I don't know how many times before. I guess I've got to learn it one more time. So this is my Fibonacci. And so I was like, okay, so here we are at Friday's close, right? So the stock prices decided to come all the way back to Friday's close. So I bought another 50 shares right here. And I got it, I put in an order for 209.97, and I got filled closer to 209.34, closer to the close of this candle, fortunately. And so then I was like, okay, da 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 da. And I was like, it's going to recover from its Friday close. That's going to be support. That's, in fact, that was the correct support area to look for on this trade. Especially, I'll go back and look at the daily here in a moment after I kind of narrate. I got out at the top, fortunately, at the very top of this candle for $1.13 profit per share. And I was like, okay, well, I could have made almost as much money with a heck of a lot less stress if I'd let this thing go within the first 2 minutes of the trade. That's what I get for not following my strategy. And actually I'm really lucky that it decided to bounce, because adding to a losing position, it's a no-go. That's not how you trade. That's only how you make bigger losses. Fortunately for me, I was able to get out of this thing profitably. It did catch support close to its Friday close, close to its Friday range, and I managed to get out profitably. All right, so then next trade, ENOB. ENOB, what a disappointment. So I tried to enter this at $12.53 right here as it broke above its opening 1 minute candle. And I got filled at $12.85, which is not the top, but it's daggum near the top. So I got filled up here. And so I wound up losing a $1.51 on this trade. And I rode it out for a long time. It looked like it was about to come back to recover right here, and I could have cut my losses. In fact, actually, if I were thinking straight, this candle right here attempted to break the 1 minute high, the opening 1 minute candle right here, and it failed miserably. And I'm pretty sure, did I mark off where I bought and sold on this one? Let me see. Let me see here. No, I didn't mark off where I bought and sold on this one. Let me go back and look. ENOB. I bought at 9:31, so I bought, after in the second candle. I bought in this candle, and I let it go at 9:56. God, what was I thinking? 9:55. Yeah, 9:56, right in here. 9:56.34 for $1.51 per share. So let's do some math here real quick. 12.85 minus 1.51. I could do that in my head. 11.34. So let's see. I wound up letting go of it inside of this candle right here. Oof. At 11.34. Terrible, 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 terrible. This was my cue right here to get out. It tried to break the first 1 minute candle close. This is the 1 minute close. Failed right here. And that was my cue to exit. If it wasn't for the fact that this was my cue to exit right here, this candle right here was really my cue to exit. Gutting it out for a little bit and waiting for the next move up is okay on a momentum strategy, but this right here was my cue to get out, and I didn't. And so I get to pay for my mistakes, negative $230 recap. NOVN, I had a bit of success trading NOVN on Friday. And these levels that I marked off, I wasn't paying attention to it. It started hitting the scanner. And when it hit the scanner, it was breaking. And this stock gives the traders that trade this stock give really good entries. And by the time I started paying attention to it, it was right here, and it was past that point. And so I was like, well, my entry was right there at the break of this little pullback, this little red candle pullback right here at 17.96, roughly 18 bucks, and I didn't enter. And so I was like, okay, well, this thing will probably give another pullback, another entry indicator. We've got kind of this opening range right here, then the break above the opening range on this candle over 17. I wasn't paying attention to it, so I didn't take it. And so really this right here is the first break, then there's the second break. And usually you only get 2 bites at the apple. So actually this was the second break. And so then after that, usually what momentum stocks do, or stocks that are exhibiting momentum, just kind of dribble off to the downside for the rest of the day. So I attempted here at this green line right here, I attempted to take a trade right here. The high, let's see, now I had to have bought right here. I bought at 1908 and then lost 26 cents a share and sold it at, 1890 roughly, something like that. Yeah, 1892. And then it took off it didn't take off to the upside. It moved to the upside, so it would have given me a profitable exit. I only traded 100 shares, but yeah, it wasn't working, So that was actually the last trade of the day. Let's go over here to the SPY. So here we have the SPY. Just another failed trade, essentially. Both the 1 minute and the 10-minute were bouncing off of oversold, and the VIX at the same time was bouncing and coming out of overbought, which is typically a good indicator, typically reliable for a move within, say, 10 minutes or so. But I just wasn't getting the move. I bought back here on this candle at 423.56, and I sold on this candle right here. It was only a 4-cent loss on the 10 options, which came out to just shy. It's rounding up, so it says 4-cent loss on my P&L, but it came out to $38.24, so it was just shy of 4 cents of loss per options contract. And I sold on this candle. I think I sold after this candle right here. After this candle right here couldn't close above the 423.56 level, and I'll show you where I got the 423.56 level. I was like, okay, this thing's putting in a bear flag. I need to get out. This is the 5-minute chart, by the way. And so I sold it like right after the close of this candle right here. Right after the close of this candle right here, for a 4-cent loss. And you can see here, it did start to bottom out, and it is making an attempt to bottom out and continue higher. In fact, actually, this is looking like a pretty nice VWAP setup right now. If this candle can close green above the volume weighted average price after a break of VWAP, then it's an entry. I probably won't take it. I have 3 strikes. 3 strikes and I'm done. Here's let's pull it down here. So 3 losing trades. Losing trade on NOVN. Well, to start, the losing trade on ENOB, then a winner on Invex, a loser on the SPY options, a winner on RAPT, and then a loser on NOVN. That's 3 strikes. 3 strikes, I'm out. I'm done for the day. It's after 10:30. Statistically speaking, I have just above a 70% win rate on trades that I make between 9:30 and 10:30. After that, it trailed the basically 11 to 2:30 time frame. I have a 50% chance. I have a 50% win-loss ratio. And then from 2:30 to the close, I have a 60+% win ratio. But I just typically can't trade those times because I go pick up my son from kindergarten. Now he's out of kindergarten, so he's in camp now. His first week of camp lets out at noon, so I've got to go pick him up pretty soon. But after his first week of summer camp is over, he'll be in summer camp until 4:30. So I will be able to trade the afternoon session this summer, and we'll see how I do. You know, the pros close, and they make their moves pretty obvious at the starting to the close. Like shorts tend to, traders just tend to start to take profits. The pros, at least, tend to start taking the profits like around 3 to 3:30, and so if something's been shorted all day, it'll start to catch a bid at the end of the day because the pros are exiting their, at least they're taking some profits on their short positions and so on and so on. So anyway, I'd like to be able to trade the close today. I have a feeling that we're going to see ENOB trade into the end of the day and move higher. Right now, let's get rid of that horizontal ray. Let's get rid of the brush mark. And let's get rid of those brush marks. And then let's get rid of that trend line. It's looking to me like right now, NOVN is going to kind of do what it did on Friday, which is kind of sag for a bit. And then into the end of the day, it's going to pick up. So, I don't know. That's my trading day in a nutshell. Looking forward to tomorrow. This isn't a great way to start the week, but it's not horrible either. You know, I did manage to cap losses at an acceptable range. I mean, negative 230. That's not outsized or, anything that I can't recover from quickly. So, I'd live to play another day. Bitcoin real quick. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, here is, we'll look at it on the 10-minute. So here's a resistance line on Bitcoin, and it's coming up to it. It's getting close to it. This will be interesting to watch. I'm still bearish Bitcoin. Until it can prove itself to the upside, I'm bearish on it. So I think it still has some further, some downward movement in its future, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. Here's the daily on it. Yeah, it really, this is an important area. This 42,000, roughly, this area in here with kind of all this convergence of downward pressure, a resistance line, and the 200-day moving average. Those are all pretty important things for Bitcoin to overcome. If it can overcome that, watch out. This thing, Kathy Wood might be right. Kathy Wood from ARK Invest might be right. She's predicting 250,000 within the next 5 years. She's predicting 250,000 per Bitcoin. I hope she's right. I'd like to make some money. I'm probably going to look for opportunities on coin to invest in coin. I'll wait until Bitcoin makes its move to the upside or the downside. If it starts breaking down to the downside, I think the next target would be somewhere around 20,000. And if Bitcoin finds support down there, then Coinbase ought to start being really, really attractive. I don't think it's going to go that low. We'll see. As of right now, though, if Bitcoin is going to start getting bullish, it's going to start getting bullish over this area, over 42,000. All right, everybody. Good luck out there. Keep your risk tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you at tomorrow morning's strategy session. I am out.